transgender issues. Should trans women be included in feminist conversations? How about in women's spaces?
Yes, they're women. What's the question?
Pearl,
Trans women are women.
But that's the video. Let's react.
So I want to come at this from the position of an athlete.
Oh, Jesus.
So I play semi-pro basketball, semi-pro volleyball. So when it comes to like athletic spaces, I don't think that trans women should be allowed into athletic spaces because I don't think it's a fair. I think as female athletes, we work so incredibly hard for the little opportunity there is in women's sports.
Would this be a barrier for you?
There's no barrier. There's less opportunity in some industries.
That's what a barrier.
Oh my God. A barrier is, I understand what she's trying to mean, but I think Pearly is saying like, yo, I have so little opportunity to do something, and finally, you removed it. It's not like it's a barrier because men are saying I'm not allowed to do a sport. It's literally somebody that participate with me to do something, and this person is way better than me. That's a different that you're not allowed to participate because women cannot do sport.
It's not, no. It's
That's
based
what
on the
friction
market.
means.
Okay,
Hold on, guys.
Okay, so again, we work very hard for the little opportunity there is in the space because we're not as entertaining as the men. Sorry, we're just not. And so it's like you're going to take the little opportunity that we're given. And the problem is, like, we can't compete. We can't. Like, I'm 6 foot. If I go up against a 6 foot guy and I play basketball with him, he's going to body me.
And what happens if I go up against you?
You're gonna lose because she plays sport. So if you don't have an opinion of the sport, when you don't play the sport, hey, I don't care. But you have an opinion against somebody that plays the sport that you tell them, wait, man, I think that person that identifies as a woman should be able to play against you. But I don't play the sport, but this is all about equity. And I want my moral point.
Even if I have years more of training. And so it's like you're taking away the little opportunity that we're given and we all work so hard for. And you're just giving it back to biological guys. It's like this will be the end of women's sports.
Yeah, if you want to support women, then women, the feminists, need to watch women's sport. They don't do that. They just scream, hope for the best, put on a pedestal, and I find it weird. Now, of course, you can say, hey, not all feminists are the same. True, I agree with you. But I don't see the feminists supporting it. I don't see the feminists calling out other ladies. No. Because nobody wants to open their mouth because they know how the feedback can be, and it can be quite dangerous.
Have you tried confidence?
Eli, hold on a minute.
Sorry,
Eli.
Confidence can't make me bench what a guy benches.
I don't
Confidence can't make me
you guys
6'7".
are so hostile. She's sharing her
And confidence
experience
can't make me
in a
6'7".
specific
No, she's
field.
sharing. And I'd have to
No,
go.
She already goes with the misogyny. This lady with the white hair. This is a trans woman that gives kids secret puberty blockers, drugs so they can transition behind the parents' back. Even if the psychologist says, no, you're not allowed, you're not ready, bada beep, she was selling them, promoting this on Twitter. The fact that they invite this lady as if this is freaking normal is this is very shameful.
She's not. She's a woman who's had an experience.
It's always
You guys are so obsessed with your own experiences and your own existence, and yet when a woman is sitting here telling you, I feel as though this is unfair and this is compromising and this situation is not helping women, you guys are like, meh, meh. But when you're like, I'm a black person that did this, and this, then it's valid and fair and viable.
Eli, I want to give...
Oh, change the subject. No, we need to change that. We don't want to challenge that. An articulate woman coming with a good point, challenging your ideology, how you want to be right, because I'm a black woman, so you need to shut up. I'm a black dad, you need to shut up. I'm a transgender. No, I don't think that should always be the conversation. I'm not saying that we're not allowed to fight for you, but the idea is I'm this, so shut up. I think that's wrong.
Give you the chance to respond.
So this is basically a joke of a talking point. Everyone has biological advantages in sports. How tall are you?
5'11" and a half. I'm tall.
I'm 5'8". I am a trans woman. You would crush me. You would absolutely crush me.
Bone density, wrist strength.
You're a very skinny small man already, okay? That means you already started very early with that. We're not talking about that. Actually, people that transition and they have experienced puberty, they're not even allowed to do this because their bone density and all these things change.
Yeah.
Muscle density, you can't switch those.
Yeah, exactly. You would crush me.
But also, Eli, you would never play at the level that Pearl plays because you would never get there.
So let me give you a few more examples here too. So Michael Phelps produced more lactic acid in his body, which caused him to swim better than any of his competitors. This was widely celebrated.
She is getting already confused. How can you compare a man that has advantage in his body, he's transitioning, he's keeping advantages in his body, and you want to compare this person to a swimmer that is born this way, that is training to keep those advantages in their body, and be like, look, they are the same. They are the same. They're not real men the same. No, but they both swim, they both have advantages. And I'm like, you are changing the goalpost in such a way, you are putting like, I don't know, you're playing goal with a small ping pong ball. Goal!
And nobody contested it. Now, this is a performance-enhancing hormone. So we all have different bodies. And now I'm not saying that trans women who aren't on hormones should participate, but there are, I mean, every major medical and every major sports organization agrees that trans women who have been on hormones for between 1 and 3 years, depending on the organization, have the same competitive abilities.
The study that you're referencing had like 7 people participated.
That's misinformation, by the way.
It's not misinformation. I checked it before. The amount of hormones, let's say for example, testosterone or whatever, that certain trans women have that are playing sport, it's way above all the ladies. Even the best of ladies there. I would say take all of the best ladies in women's sport, find a middle ground for testosterone, and tell trans women until it reaches that level, you're not allowed to play. And by that logic, they'll never play.
Several different studies. I'm a trans woman and a researcher.
It's getting personal. I don't want it to be personal.
A lot of us live in this space where we're told that our opinions don't count because they're not the right kind of opinions. And we're constantly shouted over and talked over, regardless of what we look like, because there's one group in society that basically takes precedence, and it's frustrating. So yeah, of course, it's frustrating because when we try to talk.
Yeah, certain people enjoy laughing when it's white woman or whichever white people is suffering, and I called it out. If somebody laughs like that, usually they come with a very gangster attack later. We'll see, but I think it's stupid. I just hate it. It's like, I'm laughing because I'm enjoying this, and now I'm going to come with the good phrases and make you look even worse. So if you're angry, take it. Take it like a man or a woman, whatever you identify it. Did I misgender you?
I don't want peace. I want problems, always.
Talk about it, we get shouted down, we get told to be quiet, we get spoken down too as well. So there's hostility there for plenty of women.
Let's try to make this an opportunity to speak.
You're literally a white woman from Australia. You live in a bubble and you're pissed that voices that have been silenced forever finally can be heard.
That's why they have the voice, because they speak up.
Okay, we're having a conversation about transgender women participating in sports, and I wanted to allow more people to participate. Jordan, I wanted to hear from you.
So I am not a professional athlete. The closest thing I have ever done to anything athletic was I used to do competitive show choir when I was younger. And I don't feel really qualified to make carte blanche statements about whether or not trans women should compete in every kind of sport. And I understand that that is kind of, that's a hard pill to swallow. And for me, my first inclination is to approach everything through a lens of inclusivity. But at the same time, I also can't speak accurately to every kind of sport and the different things that go into it. So I really think in these instances, the decisions are best left up to the professional governing bodies that dictate these particular.
Or maybe now. I bet if there was, I don't know, paraplegic Olympic or disabled Olympic, and somebody identified as Olympic, and they're gonna say, well, it's not that I'm best, everybody is taking drugs or have the advantages, don't worry about it, I'm disabled, I ate a bunch of stuff, I'm pooping everywhere, but I can run a little while pooping. Look, people, this is going too far. Shut up.
Particular sports.
I just feel like in places, as an ally, in places where there's no understanding, we can just respect and not really, like, our opinions don't fucking matter.
Understand this. If somebody is swimming or doing something for a very long time, he's always in not the top 100. Oh my God, what a bad time the boy is having. Well, I guess I'll be a woman. I'm a trans woman. I identify as a woman. Ta-da! And now she's getting first place. What the heck? What the heck? You're an ally? I thought you were an ally to women. No, you decided I'm ally to any woman. Anybody that identifies as a...
Eli, I saw you nodding your head over there.
Several times. This is more than about sports. This is about free and equal participation for transgender people in social life.
Yeah, sure, by selling them drugs in secret behind the parents' back. Good on you, trans woman.
And the right sees this as a socially acceptable way to begin to remove trans people from different engagements in our society. So it does just start with sports or bathrooms or...
Bathroom? You know how stupid that sounds? You're telling me that a trans woman should go to a bathroom when any man can identify as a woman. I'm not allowed to challenge it as a transphobe. And I'm sure some people are gonna be like, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of that. And if I think that certain people might do that, your first response is, you're transphobic. And I'm like, really? That quick? I'm not even allowed to think about it. I'm not allowed to react. I have to confirm, and for the safety and the equity, and if it happens, it only happens in a few cases. I don't want to raise that with my kid, even if it's so low. Because if that is the logic that you want to use it also against me too. You won't. You won't. So you're just picking and choosing whatever makes you look more powerful in a very, very narcissistic way, because I think you just enjoy the power telling somebody you have to see that as a woman. If not, I'm gonna punish you.
Or locker room, something that they find is more acceptable. And then at this point, they started to move into education, getting trans teachers fired, banning trans books.
Because you're reading books to kids that I'm not even allowed to read them on a YouTube video. It will get plus 18. What the heck are you talking about? Nobody taught me how to do this, okay? Blagang, blagang, blagang. Nobody taught me that. But you're taking certain blocks, teaching them they can spit on it or put loop on it. Why? The whole idea of LGBT, the T, it's a mess. I'm sorry. Because you're the only type of gender that has a logical way of thinking that I'm allowed to dance like this, show my body by the beam, by boom, as if it's a special club. Why? Why would you think that is freaking normal? I never saw a gay, lesbian, queer, non-binary. You never had that idea.
This is a route that is very effective because it's seen as more acceptable. But it's also overlooking a lot of major details. Like, I mean, do y'all know how many trans women have won national titles?
One too many.
One. It's Leah Thomas is the only one.
One too many.
If one too many?
If women's sports were actually going to end in some way, I mean, it's just not happening. Wouldn't you think there would be more trans women in sports when the majority of states do allow trans women full participation? International titles, zero. No global titles have ever been won by a trans woman.
The way Sydney is watching this woman is like, you are so special. You have no idea what you're doing in this world. You don't care what you're doing in this world. You're like, no trans woman is winning the title. As if the journey to go to that position has no other advantages with school or whatever unless you reach the title. The amount of dreams that you're destroying at school, at community, at practices and all that because you push specific women out of the top 100, no, top 100, like top 8 for example. The people that pick off the best people that they keep training, you are pushing these ladies out of those positions, and those people that chooses the person is gonna be like, hey man, if you're telling me that that's a real woman, I'm just gonna pick that woman because with Leah Thompson, the owner was like, yeah, my team is winning. Finally, yeah, go woman, yeah. They don't really care about you. They care about winning. If you legalize it, cool. If everybody suddenly disappears on this planet, I hope whoever made this choice feels confident in that choice, because if you don't have an enemy and you're not reflecting exact the opposite to them in your head, I wonder what kind of person you would be. Because you're still a reflection of your father when you hate your father, right? But you're not being you. You're not you. And that's why I find this whole LGBTQ, not in general, but this way of trans woman in women's sport, I find it very toxic. and too many people are getting promotion. Yeah, I just can't. I don't see the logic. It makes no sense to me. But anyway, don't want to talk too much. I just saw this video. I wanted to react to it, and let me know what you guys think about the whole situation. Okay, peace.